arrive on the Big Blue Bus Santa Monica number 3, best kept secret on the west side. We'll be changing here at the bus center, making it correspondence free to the terminal, and we'll be seeing the new shuttle open soon. Here at the bus center, the stop used to be over there. Sign says they have a special one. They moved it, and it's now over here. We're at LAX Bradley International, and while it's not open yet, look at that. The People Mover is getting ready to open very soon. It'll connect with the K line. I can't wait. Here at Bradley LAX baggage check, and I still think this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in an airport among some 100 airports in the world. Well, there was that one in Oslo. We're in the smoking area at Bradley International Terminal here at LAX. Yes, it still exists. Look for the children's play area. Kind of appropriate if you think about it. As we're moving to the terminal starting with 200, which is the new part of Bradley here at LAX International. I'm here with Jonathan, who's providing me that free, convenient ride because I'm an old son of a bitch, that little, And here in Bradley's 200 terminal, it's the farther newer one, and I'm flying Aer Lingus, the Irish carrier, to Europe via Dublin. Wonderful airline. One of the advantages is, well, Dublin's never snowed in the winter. Secondly, on the return, you clear customs in Dublin. Boy, that's a saver. Coming into Paris and changing to, in this case, Berlin, although another possibility is Frankfurt. Nice thing about going through Dublin is you pass through passport control going to the U.S. Far better there than in LAX. Well, I'm here in Dublin. Turns out the connecting flight was not available because of a delay out of LAX. So here I am in Dublin at the coach stop 16. It's farther, the numbers go the wrong direction. It says look for a church. It's not a church. We're going to the Carlton. We'll see. Carlton in Dublin on the overnight from the canceled flight on Aer Lingus, and they gave me a complimentary dinner, yay. But one of the things was the recharging connectors are different in the British Isles than they are in the US or Europe. Luckily, we had one. This is the relatively new Berlin Schönefeld Airport, replacing Tegel, the former TXL. That used to be very convenient. Oh well. We're going to be taking the train as opposed to the subway. You can do both. Far out of town, about 30 minutes. We'll survive. Start my use of the Rail Pass, no longer from Rail Europe, but Eurail, and it's an app. You still can do a paper ticket if you want. Use the app. And this time I chose a 7-day select the dates, partly because it was the best availability, partly because at the time I couldn't book online the trains in Spain. And, well, for that reason, it's kind of expensive, about twice the 22-day or month pass. So I booked on bond.de actual tickets instead, way in advance. Turns out it was a lot cheaper. In this case, from the airport, Brandenburg, the new one in Berlin, to Berlin, and then likewise from Berlin to Hamburg. To activate your pass, choosing the dates, putting in the 6-letter code, you get a QR that is read by the train conductor. Here it is. If JFK were here, he'd say, "Ich bin ein Hamburger." Ah, yeah. And, let's see, I'm going to Salzburg. And, yeah, there's a train going right to Munich, making a change. But you know what? Look at that. The train going to Prague. A couple of minutes later, best meal service. And you know what? Gets there at the same time. Go figure. Our Czech Eurocity train in its own special livery. Probably one of the best meal services available in Western Europe, and one of the few Eurocity trains as well. We'll be doing another Eurocity tomorrow to Bologna. We come into Lyon. There's actually 2 stations. Pardieu, the run-through station, the center of town, Parache. Because I'm using a 7-day instead of a 10-day select rail pass, and I'll explain why. I'm taking the train to and from Barcelona, Madrid, using one of their discount carriers, Euro. Notice it's 14 bucks one way and some 24 odd euros the other way. And well, the cost of the pass is some 40 euros per day, a little bit cheaper, not as good as that 22-day or even 1 month at about 21 euros per day. And well, notice that this is cheaper, especially when you consider that for the Spanish train reservation on Eurail, no longer Rail Europe, that the supplement for the reservation alone is 13.5 euros plus a €2 handling charge.